anything that can be done by the present government or anybody in society, because government cannot do it all, and Friends of the Gambia included, should help to ensure that that treatment is provided on time. We want to apologize to those families as well and the victims themselves. And by extension, any other victim among all these things that have been raised, the 10, you said 10 sins, the 10 commandments, whatever it's called, but these are 10 sins in this instance, I think, that the chairman said. We apologize for them because I was in government. I cannot, whether I was directly involved, I directed it, I didn't direct it, most of them I didn't direct, but I take responsibility because I was in government. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, I still take responsibility. I don't run away from responsibility. It's what I don't know, I say I don't know. And I therefore want to apologize to all Gambians for what has happened, definitely. All these things recounted in this commission, we've heard them. And I just believe that perhaps people will not just come and say false stories in the commission. I don't believe that. And that's why I'm saying we apologize that these things did happen in 22 years, and we hope that it will never happen again. And inshallah, with God's guidance and protection, it will not happen. But coming to security itself, I came up with some recommendations. I think I sent it to the legal counsel, I don't know. Investigators brought it. But some of the things I raised was to do with, because all these things they explained to me after in Security Council. We discussed certain things. We said they don't use the riot gear. Because if people died from gunshot wounds, that means they didn't use riot gear. That's not riot gear. We said they should, and so that was subsequent Security Council meetings we had. That was one of the things we discussed. And I emphasized that also. Because I didn't know what riot gear they use. I'm not a security person, but they explained to me that indeed they admitted they didn't have adequate riot gear. And from there we said, can we look at Friends of the Gambia? The Inspector General of Police went to certain places like Turkey and other places to try and get that riot gear so that they have a lot of it, enough of it. So that internal security would be the responsibility only of Minister of Interior. You don't have to have the army to come and complement, as we, during our time, happened. That the army would complement the efforts of the PIU and the general duties if the situation cannot be handled. I think army should be the last resort. And perhaps we agree that we don't want to even see uniforms. That's the last thing we want to see in the streets.